Halo Kak Masya, suaraku kedengeran ya?
Masuk kok kedengeran?
Oh, oke Kak.
Masuk kedengeran. Loh, siapa lagi Hansa? Kok berhenti? Ayo.
Siapa lagi yang baru join? Oh, halo Kak Vidi. Halo kakak-kakak, gimana kabarnya hari ini?
Baik.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah sehat.
Travel vlog ini sekarang.
Gimana Kak?
Ada yang lagi nge-vlog travel dia nih. Mana Ram?
Coba deh.
Lagi di Cirebon, tapi jauh dari Ega.
Samperin.
Halo Kak Kai. Halo Kak David.
Wah, si Kanza udah di Bali lagi nih.
Sini Kak, ke Bali Kak.
Kamu belum ke Ubud, bro?
Belum, nanti siang Kak. Hujan
Macet.
lagi sekarang. Hujan deras banget. Gimana nih ke Ubud nih?
Pakai gokar lah.
Halo Kak Nat. Kak Nat udah di Ubud kah?
Ya, udah sampai Ubud belum?
Oh, udah di Ubud. Hi, sir.
Hey, Kanza, how's it going?
Good. Pengen terbang aja ke Ubud. Okay, maybe we can start now. Okay. Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our all hands session. I'm Kanza, and I'll be your host today. It's great to see all of you here. Before we dive in, I want to give a quick update regarding our inspirational speaker for today. Unfortunately, Pak Okta, the owner of Taman Prabawa, won't be able to join us as planned. He has been called upon to perform as a mass dancer at last minute, and his performance is scheduled from 9 a.m. until it finishes. We sincerely apologize for the change in plans and understand that this might be a bit disappointing, but we will make sure to keep the session engaging and insightful for everyone. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, now, without further ado, let's jump right into today's session. We'll begin with a presentation of our vision and mission, which will be shared by Mr. Jing. He will guide us through the core principle that drive our work and goals we're striving to achieve together. Mr. Jing, over to you.
Not good news, of course. If anybody's been paying attention, we really completely failed the semester target, right? And this is 2 semesters in a row. So as a CEO of a company, that's not so good. That means I've not really done a good job. But I can't do a good job if people don't help me do a good job either as well. So I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody can ask me some questions to why I think things are not working out the way they should. Okay, let's stop for a moment to understand what's happening here. So Bella, can you show us the year-on-year growth curves? Okay, so we can see what's happening and what's happening. All right, now I'm realistic, I'd like to think, right? So I do realize that a year ago we had more people. We had probably a different culture in terms of, let's say, our operational capabilities. But long story short, the company isn't growing. Okay, so Bella will show you what not growing looks like. Is Bella here? Oh, Bella's not here yet. Okay, I'll show you what not growing looks like then. So not growing looks like this. Okay, let's see what our revenue curves look like. Yeah, over here. Okay, so 2024 January we accumulated 361,000. Wait, I'm gonna make this go away. Go away, please. Wait, let me reload. Huh. Okay, there we go. January 1st, 2024. Well, actually, let's not go to January. Let's just go to September. Okay. So September last year, 602,000. Okay. September this year, less, 583,000. Okay. So last year, 602, lower. Now, okay, so why? This is our year-to-year growth curve. Can everyone see this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So at the beginning of 2025, compared to the previous January, Bukit Vista grew 22%. So that's good. That means this year, January, we grew 22% over last year, January. Okay. February, 12%. March, 16%. And this is very good. Okay. The growth peaked at 25% in June. In June of this year, company grew 25%, which is incredible over last year. Okay. But since that time, it's just gone down, down, down. Okay. It's gone even worse. To the point now we're 3% below last year. Okay. So this is a red flag. This needs to stop. So as a result, I've talked to all the strategic upper managers. All bonuses are canceled from this point on until we get the growth back. Okay. So no individual bonuses will be paid at this point forever until we get this growth back. I need everybody to focus on one goal, and that is how can we get the growth back of our company so that everything can work again. Okay. We cannot have a company where we've invested more in everyone's base pay, more in all this technology, more everywhere, and have no growth. It doesn't make any sense. It means something is broken. Okay. So we need to redistribute our efforts and get this back up again. That's my message. Okay. Now, that being said, I'll stop for questions because maybe I'm crazy and somebody has an idea that they need to remind me. So now would be a good time to have that conversation. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes. Okay, Fasha, go.
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
The
No, just be quick. You can take your time. Take your time, Fasha, to ask a question. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Take your time to ask a question. Yeah,
Great. I just need a clarification regarding our short-term goal and long-term goals. Could you clarify us on that?
Excellent. Okay, excellent. So Fasha has brought up a very good question, which is this. Okay, so between short-term goals and long-term goals, we need to make budgets and compromises, right, Fasha? Makes sense. Okay, so let's say, for example, we have short-term goals of reaching the monthly revenue target. We have medium-term goals of reaching the semester target, okay? And we have long-term goals of inspiring delight everywhere, everyone, every time, okay? So let's say those are the categories of goals. Then I guess the question could be, is it appropriate to move expectations, right, from long-term goals to short-term goals or short-term goals to long-term goals? Is that the question, Fasha? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and of course it is, okay, but not after the defeat. Does that make sense? So it doesn't make sense to say, oh, we're committed to long-term goals, that's why we don't reach our short-term goals after the defeat happens. Does that make sense? If you want to create a long-term goal, then estimate what compromises this will have in terms of your short-term goals, declare them, agree on them, and then we can go about that, right? But to declare that everything was a long-term goal after the short-term goals didn't get reached only afterwards, okay? That's just excuse making in my vocabulary, all right? You should understand and balance, let's say, if there's going to be a certain cost to long-term goals, then we accept that, we adjust that. And if you guys haven't noticed, we have been adjusting the revenue targets accordingly to upcoming situations. So this is not a first order failure. This is a second and third failure, okay? This is not missing the gold medal. This is missing the bronze medal at this point. Okay, good question though. But Fasha, you look like you have a follow-up question. Do you have a follow-up question there?
I'll process the information first, and then if I can come up with a follow-up question, I can ask you again.
Okay, excellent. I just discovered Fasha has a MBA, so maybe you can lead us through some of these challenging business questions. Okay. Now, all right, good. Anybody else have any questions they'd like to ask? Clarification. I don't want anyone to feel like they're being treated unfairly. Okay. So does anyone have any questions? Maybe I'm the one that's unfair, but if I don't know your question, I can't see your point of view. Yes, Bella. Okay. What's your question?
Yes, sir. Seeing this negative revenue growth, I think this is the first time for this year. From your perspective,
In history, I don't think we've ever had a negative before.
From your
as far as I
perspective,
can remember.
what will be your directions on top priority to turn this around as like one thing that you see can make this turned around? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Bella, for asking that question. I want to encourage everybody to do this, right? Because this is exactly what is the first thing we need to do, okay? I sit here, and you guys are out there, and our guests are over there, and our partners are over here, right? That's kind of like the nature of this whole organization, all right? Now, if I'm not getting important facts or signals as broadly as possible, and this is why this all hands is for you guys, okay? It's for you guys to tell me why you think things aren't working out, okay? It's to protect your bonus too as well. I think we can begin with that. We can begin with what information am I not understanding that I should understand, okay? Does that make sense? Maybe we can start with that. That's my first step, okay? I can't make good decisions on behalf of where we're going to go or how we're going to get things or whatever if there's critical pieces of information that are not coming together, okay? And as much as possible, I do try to listen to what people tell me. So I think the first thing that I need to know is what is the most important information that is stopping us from getting to where we need to go, okay? Now, we've made some decisions already about people. We made a lot of decisions about strategy. We made a lot of decisions about tools, okay? But still, there is something missing, which means that there's something that I don't know, okay? What to fix. So let's try to figure that out, okay, first, okay? Otherwise, what happens is this, Bella. What happens is this, Fasha. What happens is this. I will make decisions based on what I'm hearing from other people, maybe not yourself, that have a critical piece of information, okay? And maybe that might affect you in a negative way, okay? But I'm giving everyone an opportunity to speak plainly so that you can get critical information that we need to hear, that we need to know, okay? All right, let's start with that. And then we can figure out if there's any missing pieces, okay? Okay, let's keep on going. Let's give everyone a chance to give me the critical information I need to know, all right? Because I'll have to make some decisions soon, again. But if I'm missing some critical pieces of information that you might have, then I can't make a good decision, okay? Yes, okay. Hey.
Okay, so based on like the failure that we have, like where are we missing? Why it caused this? So maybe we can fix where is the leak, and then
Yeah. Okay.
You know, because like the revenue will affect either upper panel or middle panel or it existing. So which one is it? So
okay,
we have to find the leak.
it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere a bit. Okay. So we didn't hit our hospitality target. We didn't hit our new acquisition target, and we did not protect our churn target. Okay. So all three areas failed. Okay. So we didn't get enough 5-star reviews. Okay. We did not get enough protection from losing the properties that we lost. Okay. And then we didn't also get enough new properties and new revenue to cover it. So it's kind of global right now. It's on every particular part. Okay. There's collective blame everywhere. Okay. Everybody could do something better because it's not just something that is yeah. So there's problems everywhere. Okay. There's good people here. Okay. I'm not saying that there's not, because we've gone through quite a lot of training. We've gone through a lot of process to get everybody to where they are right now. Okay. But it's just not working. Something is not working out. Okay. All right, let's continue. What is it? What is it? What other questions do we have? Yes, Tendi. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Tendi.
Yeah. First, I'd like to ask you, what is the soul of the company currently?
The soul of the company. Wow, that's good. That's a very original question. All right, tell me what you mean by the soul of the company.
Okay, in the beginning when I'm joining the company, right?
Yeah.
There's a main soul.
Yes.
That's why I stay until now here, right?
Yeah.
That's smile with the
Yeah.
guests, the hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah. But along the journey,
Mhm.
I see a lot of improvement, technology and everything, right?
Yeah.
And I saw there is a lot of program.
Yep.
Mostly the program is going to the partner, like
Yeah.
the round table talk, BBR or something. And I didn't see any program for the guests. I mean, like the
Yeah.
hospitality program. Like before we meet them and then ask them join for dinner or something, right? The all the things we need is the guest experience to grow our revenue, to grow our hospitality and everything.
That's a very Yep. Okay.
And then I think compare partner and the guest, should be we prioritize the guest than the partner.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean like this. Whatever our connection or relation with the partner, in the end, if the guest doesn't enjoy their stay,
Right.
affecting everything, the review, and then also in the end, our partner complaining because that review, right? Yeah. So I
Okay.
mean, I understand also with the AI improvement, there will be effect in the company performance.
Yeah.
Because we just starting our migration, right?
Yeah.
My suggestion, if possible, during this migration, we still giving the personal or people touch, and then have AI touch. So
Yep.
not fully AI for now. I mean,
Yep.
to save
Yep.
our company.
Yep.
So
Okay.
like what I mean, like can we just activate like okay, a week three times meet the guests. Some of the people in Bali, we meet the guests and then just stop any not stop like pending any online on stay on the Discord or something. Just meeting
Yep.
the guests, ask their feedback or something, right? So
Correct.
and then we build that again to get the experience and then the review. I think with them, they extend the stay or they bring the friends or something, that will be affecting our revenue and hospitality too. Yeah, that's
Okay. Good. Good, Tendi. Maybe you can help me on that one, because I certainly need quite a lot of people to be working on that. Okay. Tendi has actually enlightened us. This is actually a good point. I remember saying this all the time on BBR. It's not about location. It's not about location, it's about guest experience. Okay. Now, to enlighten also, let's say, Tendy's thoughts, I'd like to share a few analogies. Okay, I'll try to explain this in the most simple way possible. Tendy does remember a time at Bukit Vista, and you guys can look at this chart to help guide the thought process. All right. So Tendy, let's do this. Let's try to remember this lady. Right? Does everybody remember Ibu Rizka? Rizka Kue Lapis. Yeah. Oh, wait, where is her thing? It's the, somebody needs to help me with the Agri something Rizka Tugu Jogja. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah. Ah, yes, Agrinisha. Okay. Many of you probably don't know this company, okay? But you probably don't know this lady, but you definitely know her products. Her products are pretty much famous everywhere in Indonesia, right? Everyone know these products? Okay. So, Tendy, the best way I can explain it is this. At a certain point when Tendy, Wayana, I, Bayu, when we first initiated, Gani too as well in the early days, right? When we initiated Bukit Vista, in the very early days, we were baking cake out of our kitchen, you could say, okay? So we made this cake with love, we built it in our kitchen, and then we sold it to customers who would come by to our wall room. It was like that, right? But the analogy goes at some point, okay? At some point, we decided we needed a factory. Okay, Tendy? And we needed a factory because we wanted to give everybody a career. We wanted to increase wages. We wanted to give people a wage so that they could build a life here at Bukit Vista. And of course, make money for all of us, all right? So we decided to not bake these cakes in our kitchens anymore. We decided to use a factory in order to create the cake. But this is the problem, right, Tendy? When you use a factory to start making your cake now, it's harder to put the love in the cake, right? It's harder to put the details into the cake. It's harder to put all those clues and everything in. So what you start needing to do, I agree, is you start needing to design the cake in a way such that it can also be engineered to create the same result, all right? What you're looking at right now is the Oxman-Krebs cycle. So when this cycle is small, Tendy, we can do all four within a single person, okay? If you have a single host, they can understand how the guest feels. They can come up with an idea of how to improve the guest experience. They can test it out and see if it works, and then they can do it to their next guest over and over again. You have a small cycle, okay? The challenge and the thing that I try to do as a leader is I try to make this circle bigger and bigger and bigger over time and be able to have more and more capacity over time. Tendy, what's our vision?
Inspire, delight everyone, everywhere, and then every time. So
Right, that's correct. So in order to do that, we need to hire more people. In order to do that, we need to create more AI. We need to create more mechanisms, okay? Now, the AI is not the problem, everyone, okay? I don't think the AI is anything less than a miracle. And we are unique in our capability, Tendy, to create AI that is miraculous. It's already much more successful here than any other organization in Indonesia, I think, that's been trying it, okay? So we're good at this. We're really good at this. But you are right. That last part is missing. That last part where the AI interfaces with the human, we really need to ask ourselves why that part feels so unnatural, why we get so much pushback from it, okay? Now, we've been through this before. I'm sure Bayu is cringing right now because we've been through this before. We've been through with Gaia. We've been through this with Thea. We're going through this now with Booty. So my vision is this. My vision is we need to design an interface that is complementary. We need to design something such that the AI can actually still serve guests. The best guest right now, Tendy, that we have is the YouTube channel with the YouTube Shorts. And thank you, Bea or Quinn, for making some of these short videos right now on Bukit List, okay? So Tendy, we need to think about this. Oftentimes, I see you're enthusiastic. You are passionate. You start projects, right? But you know the hardest thing about doing all this stuff in hospitality is, Tendy?
let's say so.
It's being consistent and doing it every day for the next 10 years, okay? And that's what makes it hard. it can be simple to come up with a keychain or sign or whatever, but then how do you do that every single time consistently? How do you actually bring the meaning to that? That's hard. All right. So many things that we have to do, we can lead the culture, but we need to figure out a way such that we don't overtire ourselves to do it, because we are also a limited resource. Okay. So I told this the other day to a lot of property investors. If you can't sustain doing that for more than 3 years, you shouldn't do it. You should try to design something that is more sustainable for your own energy to do. Yes, Tendi, we do have ideas for how to actually increase the guest experience, and it needs to be integrated, I think, into the AI for distribution. And we need journalists to produce great content. I think that's the most scalable way, Tendi, that we can do the host experience again. Okay. We can't meet every single guest. That's really hard. Okay. And with traffic these days, it becomes more impossible. But can we touch every single guest through our soul by showing them what our soul looks like? I think it's possible. I think if the YouTube algorithm can do it, then Gaia should be able to do it. Right? It's already here. So that's my best explanation. I think the soul of the company is the soul of the people here. The soul of the company is the soul of the people here. Does everyone here care about what a guest experience is? Or do we just rather feel ashamed and not want to approach them? I think that's good. All right, Rama, is my time up? Yeah?
Actually, you have another 4 minutes, and actually, I have another question as well.
Yes, Rama, please dive in. Yeah, what's your question, Rama?
So, as we are
wait, Tendi, did I answer your question well? So the soul of the company is the soul of everyone here. But the problem, I think, with the soul of everyone here is, does anybody in the outside world feel your soul? Or do you hide your soul? Do you hide your soul behind the AI? Do you hide your soul behind policies? Okay. Now, we are going in a direction, like I said before, where art and culture matters more. The art and culture needs to be scalable, Tendi. Okay. Art and culture for us needs to be scalable. Riska cannot create a magical cake recipe that she cannot run on her machines, because then people will get disappointed. Why doesn't this cake taste the same? Okay. So if we're going to have soul, it needs to be scalable soul. Okay. Scalable and sustainable soul. That's the correct soul that we want. Okay. All right. That's it for you, Tendi. All right, Rama.
As we are approaching October's payroll, I've heard that you are going to hold the bonus arrangement. Is that correct, sir?
Well, we're not going to give any bonuses anymore as long as we are not growing as a company. So individual bonus are cut, okay? And semester bonus, of course, not as well. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, yes, but please continue your question. Yeah.
Does this including for the AI agent bonus and the special payment arrangement?
I think so. I think the AI agents are tools that need to be managed in order to reach full potential, Rama. Okay? So try to think of it this way, okay? I hope everyone here can escape the employee mindset, okay? I'm trying to bring everybody along for the entrepreneur mindset. And I've got some good news about this, Rama, okay? I'll tell kind of some stories. A lot of the people who have even been fired from this organization or resigned ended up becoming entrepreneurs, I'm happy to say. Okay, they end up opening their own businesses or taking control or taking on more senior positions, okay? So whenever everyone here has a choice to think, do I think more like an entrepreneur or do I want to think more like an employee? I would highly encourage everyone here to think more like an entrepreneur, okay? So as an entrepreneur, okay, think about what it means to have a great team, okay? You have a great team around you. You have world-leading tools around you. You have world-leading culture around you. No organization organizes meetings spontaneously in Discord and does what we do, okay? We have all these great tools and teams. So either we move together as a group and we succeed, or we don't, and we don't succeed. But there should be no exceptions. Everyone should, as let's say, equals in this particular idea. And I'm trying to treat as many people who wants to be equal to me as my equal. Okay, I know that sounds strange in Indonesia. What, you're the boss? What do you want? But I'm not going to live forever. Okay, and I want Bukit Vista to live forever. All right. So at some point, people need to start coming to replace the work that I used to do. And that's been successfully happening since day one, Rama. It's been successfully happening. I used to be a host. Now there are better hosts than me. I used to be a content person. Now there's better content person than me, and I'm doing different content now. And there's always things. There used to be, I did every single job that everyone here has done. I think I've done every single job with the exception of the engineers. Okay, I haven't done your job before, but I have done every other job. And so my goal is to pass on these jobs to you one day. My job right now, I need a successor for, okay? So the way I see it is this: the AI agents are part of the team. And if they cannot be managed well, then they also don't deserve what they should be paid in bonuses. Bonuses need to reflect that the company is growing. The company is growing, okay? That's why we pay bonuses. We pay bonuses to everyone here so that we can grow. If there's no growth, then, well, I don't know, right? What are we paying bonuses for? Okay, all right. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, that being said, it does not mean we don't have budget to invest in people, okay? That being said, it does not mean we don't have budget to invest in people. We will continue to promote talented people. We will continue to award talented people through stock options, through base promotions, but we're not going to pay a company bonus to the entire company if we're not reaching goals that seem to get further and further away. All right. And I need everyone to wake up and just do what you can do to lift it up. Okay. Maybe you're not part of where all the problems are, but you can also ask questions. You can challenge authority. You can contribute. You can let me know what things that I need to know. Everyone can contribute. This is not a very big company anymore. Okay. So everyone has a place. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question. Thank you, Rob. Okay. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions that we need to ask? And by the way, the more questions that are asked, the more respect I have for the people who ask them. That's just, I think, open conversation. Okay. Shows that you trust me and I trust you.
Actually, sir, your time
Yes.
is up. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. So as CEO, I'm very sorry. I've failed everyone. I failed the shareholders. Failed myself. Certainly, this doesn't feel good for me at all. Okay. I'll be transparent, right? Of course, I don't expect anyone here to be stupid or anything, right? Of course, the profits and everything do go back to myself as a shareholder. I'm an owner too, as well. Whenever I make these decisions, but hopefully, you're not cynical enough to think that I'm actually going to enjoy taking those profits. I'd rather give more of the profits that now are not rewarded, let's say to the collective, to individuals that can do it, to people who are actually put ahead, because I believe that we're only 1% done with where we need to go. I think with the things that we have, the things that we can do in the future, we're just getting started. And hopefully, and this is my last message to everybody, okay? You don't need to stay in a position of failure for a long time, okay? You have a choice. You can get back up again, all right? So it is important to know that recovery from failed situations is oftentimes a greater show of character than whether or not you failed at all, okay? That's it. All right, let's really think about this and get ourselves in a good mind space there. All right, back to the host, Kanzo.
Thank you, sir, for the explanation. Thank you for that insightful presentation of your vision and mission. It's always great to be reminded of the direction we're heading and the goals we're working towards. So let's jump into the next session, which is the update of Bukit Vista. Now, Queen, the floor is yours.
Kansa. So good morning once again, everyone. I'm Queen. I'll be the moderator for the rest of the All Hands today. And let's continue with our agenda. To start, we will go to the Hospitality and Revenue Semester Achievement Update. I would like to invite Mas Hafiz to present the report.
Actually,
Okay.
Queen, it's
Uh-huh.
Hamza. part to share the screen, yeah. Hanza, you can share the screen.
Yes.
Sorry. Wait, I cannot share my screen. I have to go to settings first.
Queen, can you help Hansa to share the screen? Yes. And please open the Canva document. Okay. Thank you, Queen, for helping Hansa sharing the screen. And good morning, everyone. So now I will present you the semester performance. So since this is the last day of this month and the last day of the semester as well. Okay, so for the first, this is the new property. Please go back to the first slide. This is called Amberley Hills. So this is a new property on board that just launched this morning. So if you guys wants to check whether will will announce the listing launch today, please stay tuned on the announcement channel. Please go to the next slide. So this is the semester 7 target. So this is revenue target is 3.6 million US dollar. Hospitality target is 85% of 5-star rating, and brand target is 255 US dollar. Next. Okay, so hospitality target achievement for this semester is failed, as announced by Mr. Jing earlier. So here is the breakdown of the each hospitality metric. Next. So the accuracy compared to the last week, we increased 0.2%. Next. Check-in, we increased by 0.1%. Next. Cleanliness increased by 0.5%. Next. Communication we increased by 0.2%. Next. Location. So location is the only metric that got decreased this week, and the decrease got quite huge by 0.7%. Next. The last metric, value got increased by 0.4%. So please go to the next slide. So what about our overall quality for the end of this semester? So we end up in 84.1%. So we lacking 0.9% to achieve the target, which is 85% 5-star ratings for this semester. Please go to the next slide. So this is the sample reviews we got last week. That non 5-star rating. There is reviews coming from Kupu Kembar, Despacito, Kupu Nyang Nyang. Next. And then Rashita Homestay, El Capane, and Casa Olea. For Casa Olea, this is the example of one of the review which I think it's a wrong review by the guest. So you can see that the guest give all 5-star rating for all the metrics, and the overall rating just 1. Yeah, this is one of the case, and some of this case like this we could dispute it by Kak Gray, and for this review we just what is it try to dispute it for now. Okay, thank you. Next. And this is the uh, summary of the last week, non 5-star reviews from cleanliness, accuracy, check-in, communication, location, and value. You guys can check it on the all hands decks. For the next session, I'll pass it to Furkon.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Hafiz, and good morning, everyone. So moving on into the partner stability target achievement, it shouldn't be a surprise at this part as we already exceeded the budget like since weeks ago already. Just move into the next slide, please, Queen. You can see that even though Queen slate for this month, the budget has been already exceeded weeks before, as I've mentioned, so it is also considered failed for the partner churn target. Next slide. Onto the revenue target achievements. Next slide again. We deemed this also as failed. Currently, we are lacking 200,000 USD to achieve the revenue target with only 1 day left. Technically speaking, we still have 1 day to close this semester on this 30th of September, but we already deemed as well as also been declared by our CEO previously in his session. So here is our leftover and also revenue achievement for this semester. Okay, thank you very much. So moving forward into the next semester 8, we have set the target. So far for the revenue target, we will be aiming at hitting 3,120,000 USD. On the hospitality target, we are aiming higher at 87% 5-star rating. And for the brand target, partner stability, we are expecting a less churn moving forward into the next semester at 80,000 maximum budget. So both hospitality and also brand target were being tied up to help achieving the revenue target. So that is it about the report. Thank you very much, everyone. Back to Queen as the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mas Hafiz and Kak Popcorn for the update. So let's move to the company team target achievement.
Okay, thank you very much, Queen. So in the last day of September, here is our progress so far. Can you go back up again into the September 2025 target? Thank you. So for the revenue target, our achievement is at 584,000 USD, accounting around 90% of the progress from the target. And for the 5-star percentage, we are currently at 85.3%, accounting around 95.31% from the target. Our brand target remains the same updates. And for starting revenue target for October, our current achievement at 265,000 USD, accounting around 75% or close to 76% of the target. So we have, as I mentioned, 1 day, technically 1 day left before closing this month. So far we have 76% occupancy, 9%, 19% expired dates, 3% maintenance, and also 1% owner reset so far for September. With all the data included, there are no nights available to sell for the September. However, a bit note on the potential revenue acquisition, there seems to be a data integrity issue, which COVID has performed check on that side and will and it's to be improved or fixed accordingly onto the next all hands. So that is it, the report so far. Thank you very much, Queen. Back to you.
Thank you, Pak Furqan. So now let's move to weekly mission inspiration. I would like to invite Katipan to present the innovation.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Queen. Yep. This is the innovation about Pentator product research for subscriber property booking management Bivigo feature. While announce this innovation, maybe Queen can click the attachment. Yes. Okay. This is an actual result from applying the Pentator product research method, which I use to assess subscriber engagement with a proposed property and booking management feature. The test revealed zero interaction from subscriber with the idea after the feature released on September 22. Based on this finding, I choose not to proceed further with the project at this stage and instead seek out other potential opportunities. The painted door method has proven very useful for the engineering team, enabling us to focus on developing features and products that achieve strong product user fit. It also helps us avoid spending resources on non-strategic initiative. Moreover, it allows the team to redirect efforts toward ideas that are more aligned with user needs and business goals. Yep, that's it from me. Thank you, Queen.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Katipan. Now let's hear from Kak Ega.
Okay, thank you, Queen. Let me share my screen for the demo. Okay, right. Okay. Okay, good morning everyone. Today I will demo the latest update in Bivigo, which is the partner identity and recognition badge. This feature introduced badge or labels display next to the partner's username in the newsletter or action feeds comment. This badge serves to provide identity, transparency, and recognition for partners. Okay, first I will show that now employee accounts registered in Bigger can also be used to log in to Bivigo. For example, I'll try login with Kak Nadia account. Okay, previously, even though we already had a Bigger account, we still needed to create a separate account to access a Bivigo. Now, with a single employee account, we can log in to both Bigger and also Bivigo Okay, after login, to view properties, we can select them in the My Property page. The selected property will be stored in the device local storage. Even if we close the app or clear background activity, when we reopen it the next day, the last chosen. Yes.
Yeah, your screen share is lost.
Sorry. Okay, after login to view properties, we can select them in the My Property page. The selected property will be stored in the device local storage. So even if we close the app or clear background activities in the device, when we reopen it the next day, the last chosen property will still appear The calendar page will also automatically adjust based on the selected property Okay. The main updates is in the comment action section. Now every user has badges that reflect their role at Bukit Vista. And for employees, show the Bukit Vista logo badge. And for subscriber, wait. For subscriber is show an orange badge like this. And for property owners, show property ranking badge up to 3 properties. And for off-boarded partner or owners, still show their last earned badge, but with an X mark Okay, why place badge next to username? The purpose is to ensure Bukit Vista brand safety against irresponsible comments, especially from off-boarded partners. With badge, readers can quickly identify the commenter's credibility. The impact is stronger brand trust and safer community engagement. Recognition boosts partners' pride and help reduce churn. While invalid or misleading comments from inactive partners become less destructive. Okay, that's the demo of partner identity and recognition badge in Bivigo. Currently, the app is still under review in the App Store. We already submitted it last week, but as Apple's review process usually takes longer, the release is still pending. Thank you for taking the time to watch this demo, and I hope this feature brings value both to our partners and to Bukit Vista. Back to Gwen. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Egel, for presenting that interesting work. So we move to Kak Wendy Innovation.
Okay, I'll share my screen. Okay, which one here? I'll share this one. Is it visible? Okay. The first one, I will present our new dashboard on Data Vista. The dashboard is about housekeeping supervision. So as you can see here, it's all about the housekeeper. On the top, there's a housekeeper leaderboard V2. You can see who's housekeeper at the top and who's at the bottom. You can select here. And then in the next one, there is a housekeeper group monitoring. You can monitor the group of housekeeper here, and you can see any details about each group. And then below that, there is 2 other queries that we display here. The first one is captain salary bonus and calculation. It is displaying all the housekeeper captain and their final bonus calculation. You can see here, you can just hover over the information icon here, and it will explain you how the final bonus calculated. It calculated from the total bonus minus the 50K rupiah per booking with cleanliness rating below 5 stars. So there's also a deduction on the bonus. And here is housekeeper salary settings. You can see the details of each housekeeper and their base salary, care bonus, max bonus, and max salary. And below that, there is another query that we display here. It is about the review list that have a cleanliness score below 5. As you can see here, it will be displayed the responsible captain name and the responsible staff and their group and what property got the review, and then the content also will be displayed here and the cleanliness score. So you can just play around with this. You can filter like this. You can select which captain name you want to select, and then for the month of the reviews. And at the bottom, you can see the housekeeper attendance logs. You can monitor their check-in and check-out time and in which property and what Wi-Fi name they use, and then their total work duration is also visible in here. And you can access the dashboard by searching on the dashboard and then searching for housekeeping. supervision dashboard, and it will be appeared here, and you can just click it and it will be visible for you to monitor. And then for the next one, it will be on the bigger. In bigger, we just update the user edit dialog. If you open the partner page here on the partnership, below the partnership, there's the partners, and you can click it, and there will be displaying at the table. You can select any of this. For example, I will use the bigger testing 2 with user role stuff. And then as you can see here, there is some additional fields that we are added. For example, there's a staff group, staff job title, staff career, and below that, there's a new section called salary. Salary, there's 3 sections, base salary, career bonus, and max bonus. It will only visible if you select the position of the user with staff. Other than staff, it will not be appearing like this. If we select property owner, manager, and third-party vendor, it will not be appearing. But once you click on the staff, it will be visible like this. And also for the staff career, it's only visible with the staff job title of Bukit Vista housekeeper. If you select external housekeeper, it won't be appearing since it is external. And you can select as staff career here. There is 3 careers: apprentice, captain, and senior. I think that's all from me. For the impact, it will, with the new dashboard, we can now easily monitor the cleanliness of our properties, specifically on cleanliness, since there is a review list with cleanliness score below 5. You can monitor it to keep our property with the highest standard of hospitality and secure our long-term profitability. I think that's all from me for the updates. If you have any question, you can ask me directly through Slack. I think that's all. Thank you. Back to Queen.
Thank you, Kak Wendy, for sharing that innovation. So let's move to core value recognition. And so I would like to invite Mas Gani to give their recognition to the nominees.
Thank you, Queen. Good morning, everyone. So I'd like to recognize Reza, pretty much same as last week, as the care to the mission for Reza, because he always deliver information, important information in the right time. So many of urgent escalation, it's delivered on time, and Reza become a sharp sensor. So kudos to Reza.
When you are still muted, yeah.
So let's hear from Kak Kayla. The time is yours.
Thank you. This one goes to Mas Bayu and Coffee D. Last week we had an operational issue during the batch 24 downtime. Both of them basically have been able to prove that these 3 are very important and critical points to show that they raise to the challenge and actually help others to help themselves. The first one, they anticipate the issues. So they've been notified there would be a problem. And rather than handling the issue after that happens, they decided, especially Mas Bayu, he decided to put some preventions on that. And then Kofi D, he had a backup plans, ensuring the strategy gets delivered really well. And on top of that, he also detects some future improvements to prevent us from having the same type of issues happening again. So that's actually really good and inspirations from the last week. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Kayla. And now let's move to Kak Lutfi.
Okay, so I'm very sorry, everyone, for a big mistake I made that causes multiple bookings to be underpriced in Sunday, which affected 23 properties. Moving forwards, I will add more safeguards to minimize the blast radius and to avoid it happening again. Mr. Ying, Kak Bayu, Kak Bella, Kak Furkon, Kak Kaila, they showed me how to navigate the problem and how to deliver the bad news to the partners. I learned a lot from them on how they manage and lead the situation. I'd also like to say thank you as well to Kak Ardi, Kak Hafiz, Kak Yosef, and the many others who jumped in that helped in responding to the surge of messages from concerned partners. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Lutfi. And last but not least, let's hear from Mr. Jing.
Okay. Let's see. I'll recognize Lutfi right away for this. Okay. Listen up, everybody. Lutfi's pricing decision was somewhat very dramatic, but upon discussion with Lutfi, I found out that he was trying to do something very challenging. He was trying to accelerate the machine to learn from itself, right? So he's actually trying to do some real data science there. So I realized we can make two kinds of mistakes, everyone. We can make actual active mistakes where we try something and the mistake reveals itself, or we can, through inaction, make mistakes every day and not get anything really fixed, okay? We seem as a culture, indigenously, let's say, to take more attention to punish active mistakes, but not passive mistakes, okay? But I think it's actually better. I think it's better if you're going to make a mistake, at least make an active mistake. Make a mistake where you're using agency to make it. Don't make it again, okay? You know, that's not the point. But it is preferable to a condition where we don't make anything at all. I'll consider that an investment, okay? So that's good. That's essentially the idea of failing fast and learning fast and getting through and making decisions. And once again, I want to make this clear. The company, you should expect the company to always support you on novelty mistakes, okay? If you're making a mistake because you're the first person to do it, you should expect the company to actually support you. Now, if you're not the first person doing it, then catch up on your knowledge, okay? But you should be expected to, you should expect support from the company on those mistakes, okay? Next one. This is to Bella and Furqan. I think back on what it means to be a leader. I think back on what it means to be a warrior. And a warrior does not always win battles. A warrior does not always win fights, but they get back up and they keep on fighting. That's the essence of a warrior. And I think I'll apply that to leadership too. Leaders oftentimes have to be the most responsible for the biggest mistakes. But that's part of leadership, right? You get back up and you keep on leading. And that's, I think, this trait that I've seen in Bella and Furqan. So that's worthy of recognition there as well. Congratulations. I think that's the spirit, okay? We learn oftentimes more through failing than through success. Okay, those are my two.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing. Now, so that's all our agenda for today. I'll now hand the session back to our host, Kansa.
Okay, because there's no announcement and the time is up. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending this all hands session. Today's all hands session. See you on the next all hands. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Don't forget
Thank
to
you,
fill
everyone.
personal details.